Well, let's get to it. As you know, I got to make one of these for 365 days of the year. So what I want to talk to you about today is just don't let the holidays trick you, man. Today I was parked across from Blockbuster Video, and they had all the shopping carts outside ready for people to come in and spend a night for Black Friday. Hey, man, we're going to give you a $500 dryer for $50. We're going to give you a $100 washer for $100 washer for $45. Line up, stay here all night when you can just get this the next day or get it now cheaper. How about you get it now, pay 50% interest, help keep our stores open, because we just didn't know how to sell or keep up with Amazon. So we only have one day out of the year that we can make money. That's America, man. So that's why I say take the holidays off, man. It's not our responsibility to go out there and save retail. Retail is a global thing, and Amazon, all Amazon did was just say, hey, instead of going to the store and waiting 2 hours, why don't you just buy it from us and wait whole 2 days to get what you want? If only the stores had cashiers working or salespeople going around, we would not be in this situation right now. We are a country that we don't even produce anything anymore. Thank God for Apple. Thank God for YouTube. Or we'd have nothing, man. Everything's like, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. Training courses to teach you how to sell things. No one has any sales skills to teach you how to have common sense when dealing with people. How many courses have you seen that offered by your company? If you want a strategic initiative for your company, hey, just treat everyone with respect. Hey, Martin, follow up with this person. Hey, sell me. If I'm talking to you, I means I want something from you. Close that person. But do we do that? No. We're just going to give you a discount and say, hey, get a credit card, get a credit card. We forget to tell you that the credit card is 27%. And that 80% of you, once you get this credit card, will keep using it because you don't have the skills to go out there and make any money. Or you have to get a job where you're going to commute 2 hours to your job to get there. Because after the July 2008 recession, all of the companies that were supposedly have a solid structure have gone out of business because they just weren't they were not doing the proper things. So that's when you see like all the trucking, all the banks went out of business. You know, the banks went out of business because instead of just having a cash reserve, what they were doing is basically a Ponzi scheme. Money comes in and they have enough money to go out and cover the interest rate. And that was the same for the car dealers back in that July 2008 to 2010 recession. They didn't go out of business because people weren't buying. The new people, but they went out of business because the people weren't buying fast enough, or weren't buying in a proper enough amount to keep them liquid. That's what caused the 2008-2010 recession. Now you cut till today, like where I am, you have like San Bernardino is just mostly trucking and fulfillment centers. Now, if those people who are with these fulfillment centers are working on their sales skills, learning how to deal with people, now they would put themselves ahead to get it to the management track. But I see some people, they don't have any common sense, man. They got their earphones on, they're playing with their PDA. That's what happens when you work a $15 job, an hour job. You're capped. You think you're capped, and all you're doing is try to survive. And with that $15 an hour, you can't even buy an apartment. Say the apartment's $1,200. I'm going to drop it down this time. What if an apartment is $1,333? And this person's making $15 an hour. That's $2,400. After taxes, that's $2,000. So you're saying, okay, Mark, that's extra. That's $700 left, and they have like $1,233. That leaves you with $700 to live on, say. Well, then, like some of the students, unfortunately, didn't have good guidance when they were growing up, so they're going to go out and buy the fancy cars, buy the Mercedes. There's another $500. Not only that, for $215. Where are they going to eat? They're shopping at the 99-cent store, not eating it all, shacking up with a boyfriend or girlfriend, thinking, hey, we're going to save money. Let's split the bill. And right now, I'm just focusing on these fulfillment centers, like their opportunity to begin. Because when I was younger, I started at Petavina Mold and Dye with Calvin. Two of us ran like an over 40,000 square foot warehouse. We produced 10,000 sonic alarms within a 2-week period. We actually constructed the sonic alarms. Unfortunately, you don't have a lot of companies in this country constructing anything now unless they get a subsidy. So all people know how to do is just, you're like a robot in these new warehouses. All they do is give you goggles, which I don't know why they do that. Calvin and I never wore goggles. You got a vest on? What? I mean, I'm picking up crop stuff out of a bin. We were welding, running machines where like the temperature was like over 5,000 degrees, melting plastic, pulling pellet back. It's like if you ever saw Graveyard Shift with Stephen King, like that. We worked on machines about that size. I can't think of a good movie that's manufacturing. I don't know. I'll think of something. But that, or like the machines resembled like one of the guns you would see on a Death Star, like, or something like that from Star Wars. That's what we worked on. All we had were gloves. Goggles were needed on the injection molding machine because sometimes the pieces may shoot out. But other than that, we didn't have anything going on. So I see these poor students, these people today, all these equipment and stuff. It's just like they just have no people skills. You might as well just be a robot, because when it comes to dealing with people, like I look at some of these couples, I'm like, damn, man, there's some good looking girls, and I look at their boyfriends, I'm like, man, ain't nobody gonna hire him. So hopefully you making all the money and you want a drone, because I don't think homie is worth, you're gonna end up probably living with them. Yeah, let's split the bills, and hey, together we'll make it. And I'm just like, no, doesn't work that way. She ends up with 2 or 3 kids, single mom, and then she's working twice as hard, and he's off. God knows where he's off. If he's not in the pen, he's gay probably by now. And even being gay, the guys don't want a guy with a bunch of tattoos, so he's joined some gang waiting to die because he has no people skills, doesn't know what to do. So that's why I'm saying, for this Christmas, take Christmas off, man. No one needs to. Just 70% of people living paycheck to paycheck. I was in Aldi's yesterday. You don't want to turn old, like have barely enough money to survive, because I've seen that game from my grandmother. I was paying her house bill, paying the electric bill. Hey, Martin, give me some money to spend, because the retirement from her company, which was Sears, got messed up because the guys there were greedy. Sears had a great business model, but for some reason, they decided to buy Kmart, and they thought they could turn Kmart around, which they did not. And it eventually led to what you have today with Sears and Kmart going out of business, just losing money. They're selling their flagship brands like Craftsman's. Used to be a tool that they made, which was exclusively with Sears, but they had to sell that off to bring in some cash to stay afloat. So like what I'm trying to tell you is that you don't know what's going on at your companies. I had friends who went into a company one day, like I did when I went into a company. The guy, even when I was there, he fired me and bounced my check 2 times. Then I went into another company where I did telemarketing. They were out of business. I went and tried to get my check. The doors were closed. So you don't know what's going on with these companies. So rather, if you want a Christmas gift to yourself, put away $100, $200 until you can just go and look. Hey, woof, I got $100, $2,100. What does that mean? That means, hey, Martin, I have to, like, my company may go out of business, but I found another job where I got to commute, say, extra week or 2 until I get that first check. You can do it comfortably without putting it on a credit card. Or, hey, I have an extra $100 to $200. I may have to cut back what I'm going to eat, but I can eat. I don't have to take a credit card, which is 22 or 23%, use that credit card to eat. So like I'm telling you, if you're working one of these minimum wage jobs, I want you to look at it as an opportunity. Hey, what books can I read? What programs can I listen to on YouTube? Who can I go see to help me relate more to people? Because that's all it is now. Can you relate person to person? Technology has brought everything almost to a level playing field. That's why you see the social media companies. What's an influencer? An influencer is just someone who's going to make you take action. Instead of saying an influencer, what you want to be is a salesman, but you're just a salesman who tries to avoid the rejection. What I want you to do is invest that money. Learn how to handle no. Learn how to have people walk away from you. Learn how to people be jealous of you. Learn how to have people talk to you, talk about you. And then I want you to turn around and say, hey, how can I help you out? I know we're disagreeing on this, but what can I help you with? Or since you don't like it, what am I missing? Just say, of course, I expect you to say no. Unless I can show you the value of what I'm giving you, you should say no. But let me ask you a question. Sooner or later, you're going to have to take action. Because if you don't take action, the competition is going to squeeze you and cause you to implode. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. So some of you who are working at these fulfillment centers, that's $14, $15 an hour, and I know most of you are living at home, living with roommates, use this as an opportunity to put away $100 to $200 a month. Use this as an excuse to like, hey, you know what? I need to take drinking off. I don't need to be smoking. As Stephen A. Smith says, you don't really need to be smoking weed. None of you need to be smoking some weed. If you want to feel bad, if you want something to prevent you from being in pain, don't have any money in your wallet and depend on the government. Don't have any money in your wallet and go to a payday. You might, instead of going to the payday store, just go to the bookie. Say, hey man, I'll suck you, or I'll go do a hit for you, man. Give me some money. Then go to those places because they take all your money and more. So my theme for today is, as we focus on the holidays, as I crossed from Best Buy and I saw all these people ready to buy things, why don't you just take the weekends off? Take that money that you were going to use to buy some crap like a video, Apple iPod, or some stupid stuff, Siri, or some other bizarre stuff, or take some trip to Vegas where you're going to you're probably not going to catch something, but you're going to be stuck in traffic and miserable, wishing you probably would have caught something. So that you just caught something here, it's neither here nor there. But if you want to really avoid the holiday blues, like my series, picture yourself not having any money going into the new year, and you wasted all that money you could have used to handle an emergency buying crap. Now that should give you the blues.